Hello, I'm Cody,
And I'm Elizabeth.
and tonight we're playing Balloons Olympiques. This is a prototype copy. This was sent to us by Dreambridge Games. We're going to play through a whole two-player game here for you to kind of see what the game's about, and I'm going to walk you through a few things as we do. The first thing you're going to do when you start the game is set your balloons. Well, first you're going to set up your board. So all of these wall pieces here were put together with different pieces of cardboard, and then they notch into the sides of the boards here. Now, as I said, this is a prototype, so none of this is set in stone yet, at least materials-wise. But it does work. So these balloons were 3D printed, and you will operate them with this little button on the front to go up and down the altitude. I've got mine set for a beginning spot here, and it's set to yellow because the randomly picked prevailing winds piece, there's 4 that can come up, and then you'll make it face the north spot on the map. The winds are marked by color. There are 4 altitudes: brown, green, blue, yellow, and they are marked by these arrows here. So all of these Paris landmarks are also put in the board, and you'll randomly pick 3 of them to have the color side up, and those are the 3 that you're trying to drop these little bags on.
Color versus
Non-color.
the patterned.
So your whole point of the game is to race against other balloonists to get as close to these goals, which happen to be here, here, and here during this game, to drop your little pieces onto the boards. Now, you can drop them anywhere within 8 spaces of each of these. However, the closer you are, the more points you will score.
5 spaces.
No, I'm sorry, 5 spaces. Correction. She had to double check. Because the player boards that you see, the back of them have all your possible scores on them. Very elegantly set up, very easy to use. So you'll roll a die. And I rolled 3. Dear, you'll roll a die. And she rolled 2, so I will start the game. Now, normally, on any given turn, first you're going to look at your player board and you're going to set whether you want to descend or ascend. Now, if you ever go off course, as in above or below the possible ranges, you get penalized. But we're not going to worry about that right now because it's our first turn. There's also these wind gusts. 6 of those are picked on the board, and they will normally adjust where your balloon goes depending on the color you're at. So during your first turn, they won't come into play, but keep an eye on those as we play.
Also, these player boards show you the turn order. So the first thing that's going to happen is this round tracker, which is a clock, it gets moved to the next hour of the clock. Once you get around here into the yellow, you've got to be cautious because you need to make it out of Paris without crashing in order to get all your points before time is up, essentially. Then it shows you that you're going to either go up or go down. You roll the marble, which goes out around this track, and that helps determine where the wind gusts are going to be. You roll the dice to figure out how many spaces you're going to get to move, and then you physically move your balloon.
Yep. Now, if you get blown outside of the city, you can choose to just land your balloon with the points you have currently and end your game, even multiple turns ahead of people, or you can go back in. The problem with that is you can only choose one of the 2 dice instead of being able to use both. So I'm going to play the first turn. I'm obviously not going to go anywhere, so I'm going to maintain my height. For each one of these little things you drop on the board, you're going to score at the end of the game, but each one you have left over is going to give you an extra 75 points. The idea being you only want to use the 3 for the target and get as close as you can because you're costing yourself points if you use your extras. So I will roll. So the dice we're using this turn is up to 7 movement. I will go ahead, and my wind says to go this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
All right, so I'm now going to go the same 7. So 1, 2, 3. I'm over a target.
So she can drop that bag at any
it.
point on her turn.
And then continuing on, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm just going to go ahead and drop that on that square to be safe. Because worst comes to worst, if I get a wind that'll blow me back in this direction, I can drop one in the center. But it's better to be safe than sorry.
Target, dear.
Oh, never mind. Guess I'm not going to drop that there.
She was trying to go to this one.
This is one of my few issues with this game, is that the pieces look very much alike in tone. And so telling these ones that you're actually aiming for is a little bit more difficult because the colors are all the same tone value.
We played a full 5-player game with my family. It was the first game we did. And my grandmother really enjoyed it, but she did say she wished that these hexagons used like a black ink or something to make them more distinct from the pretty map design underneath, because she couldn't, from her seat, tell where to move the piece. Now, once again, this is all prototype, so we're not complaining really, because they've not finalized anything. The campaign doesn't go live for a while yet. They've got plenty of time to take in everything they hear in response and make adjustments if they like. But we're here to show you how to play the game. So, now the first turn marker would go to her.
And now we'll move the clock up.
Right, and then she'll roll the dice.
Now I'm going to choose this time to go up. So I'm going to go up to level.
Let me see. I'm going to go...
Well, I'm going to move up to green because that's what I'm going to be doing.
I'm going to descend to blue. So you can only move down or up one space on the track. You can't skip a space.
So my goal with going up a level to green is that the arrow is going in this direction. So from where I'm at, I'm wanting to go straight across here. So,
now you've also got to do the marble this time.
So now you've got to roll the marble around the track.
I do like this. This wall is a marble track, and it's going to determine which one of those prevailing winds we use.
And it has to go around one full turn. This is where you find out how level your table is also.
Inevitably, it's not.
All right, so it landed over there on that one.
Right, so it stopped momentum in this section. So we're going to make sure it stops right there. So this turn, depending on the height you're at, blue is going to put you one this way, and brown will pull you one this way. So she's at green, and I'm at blue, so blue will affect my turn, but it will not affect her turn.
I thought that it affected everyone.
It affects everyone, but only if they're at the proper altitude.
Okay. All right, well, good. Here goes my green.
She got 12.
So now you can split between the color you were on and the color you're going to do. So I'm going to spend a few going green, obviously. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop another marker. Then I'm going to spend the...
You have to use each die to complete.
All right, so 4,
so
5, 6. Now I'm going to spend 6 from the brown that I was on, I think.
Yes.
Because I was trying to make sure I'm not going to go out of bounds. So brown goes this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She's going to come very close to the wall.
Yep.
I'm at a bit of a disadvantage here because if I use any of the yellow at all, I'm just going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to drop one here in case I don't make it back. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Okay.
And I moved to blue, so that's where I would have been on my track.
So now I've got a conundrum in that I'm at green, and I want to get over here, which is a yellow direction, but I can't go up 2 levels at the same time.
So you're going to probably need to go up blue.
I'm going to have to go to blue to come this way to then hopefully try to blow back that way.
And as always, you're kind of at the mercy of
everything.
So I'm actually going to maintain my color this time because blue does go that way. Oh, and the blue's prevailing wind would have put me right here one space. So, all right, so I'm going to maintain my height. I'm going to go ahead and roll a marble. It's not going to make it all the way around.
That was a wimpy one.
That was a limpy roll.
And the walls are pretty high, so you don't have to worry too much about flipping it off into nowhere. All right, so I would say...
Oh, it's still going. It's this one. Brown, 4 that way.
So 4 in this direction.
So I rolled 7. I'm still on blue, and the time's going to change again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got blown out of the city. There's not much I could do about that. I suppose we count that as on it since that's there.
Well, I would say that it's not because this is a square where you have to hit that square and then the center.
Okay, so it's 1 space away.
Yeah.
So when you get blown out of the city, you get the choice to come back at one of these green entry points on either side of where you were blown out or as close to it. So since it basically blew me out right over this one, I can come back here or here. And I'm probably going to want to drop myself to green the next turn. But now that I've went, she's got 7 spaces to go. Let's see where she decides to go.
All right. I think I'm going to go up again to go to yellow. All right. Switch this.
You've got to take your turn.
Oh, I haven't taken my turn yet. Oops, never mind. So I'm on blue.
Yep, she's going to go that way.
7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right.
And nobody was on brown, so the prevailing wind that direction doesn't do anything.
Puppy dog, what are you doing?
Okay. So on my turn, this next turn, I'm going to drop down to green. And I'm going to come in right here, I think.
And I'm going to go up to yellow.
And she's going up. Now she'll do the marble and she'll roll, and we'll
so
get our turn started.
change the
The
time.
hour, yep.
Where's the marble, sir?
Right there, dear.
Right. All right, so it's landed over here, affecting green and yellow.
That's me.
And me. So 9. All right, so I'm going yellow 9. So it's right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I get blown back 1 in this direction because of the wind.
Yep. And no 2 balloons can stop on the same space. They have to be 1 space apart. If you do bump into somebody else, they move up to 2 spaces in a direction of their choice away from you. I don't think I'm going to run into her this turn, but, you know, just to clear that up. So, I've got 9, and I'm on green, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm in the center of the board. No, there's no bonus points for that. It's just fun. So that's the turn.
Okay, so this round. So my problem is I still got to go to the left, but I can't go downward on a brown because it's clear down at the bottom. I can only go down 1 level. If I go down 1 level, it's going to shove me this way because it's blue.
I am going to drop to brown myself, though.
So my best bet is probably going to be to try to blow myself out of the city so that way I can get put in closer to where that's at. So I'm going to maintain my height. And we'll switch it to the next hour.
Okay.
All right, so 3 in that direction for yellow and 1 in for green.
And I'm on neither color, so I don't care. I'm going to roll the dice. 6. Brown. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
All right, so I've got to go 6 in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And with the extra 3 even, that's going to blow me out right here. And then when I come back in, I'm going to come back in over here.
And I think I'm going to maintain on brown, so I'm just going to go to maintain.
All right. Turn done?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the next one I'm going to be going down, because going yellow would be pointless.
So we'll change the time, which I did. You'll do the marble thingy. It's nice to see she took out her pin-up frustrations on the marble.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it got to here, and then it went back, so this is the one that's up.
All right. 7. All right, so I'm going in this direction, but then there's a gust that way. Can I take my gust first?
You know, we've never figured... I don't know if she can take her gust first. I don't think so. Hold on. Give me 1 second to double-check the rules. As you can see, prototype. Advance the clock, roll the ball, select your attitude, roll the dice. No, it comes after moving with the prevailing wind.
Okay. So I was on yellow, so I'm going to split between yellow and blue because I want to get over in this direction. So I'm going to go up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, but then go over 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the wind gust is going to shove me 1 more in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
To be safe, I'll go ahead and drop. Sorry about the doggy interference. He's gotten to the height where he can reach every countertop. If you can keep your foot on him over there. So when we're recording, he likes to go and surf all the counters for everything he shouldn't have. Okay, so I did...
We will try to edit the sickening twist of the phone out of the video. But if not, you know why. My turn?
Yes.
All right, so I'm still on brown. I'm going to go ahead and go 1, 2... I'm going to go ahead and drop it. I don't know, because it's 1, 2, 3 away there, and it's 1, 2 away there. So I'm going to go ahead and I think it might be worth the extra score to drop it there. And then I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to end my game. I've dropped as close as I think I'm going to get to each target. I've only got 1 bag left. I'm not going to sacrifice it. So I'm done. That means she's in control now.
Okay, so I'm going to go down
You're
1 level. All right, marble me, sir. I forgot to move down my balloon. I'm going down to green because I was in blue.
The altitude mechanic is one of my favorite parts of the game, but it's also one of the easiest things to forget to do at your turn. What you're not seeing on camera is our dog Boris watching the marble very intently as it goes around the board. It's quite funny.
All right, so it didn't make it clear over to there, so I would say it's probably here.
Yep. Okay.
So I got green. So 10. So 1, 2. I'm going to drop that. And 10's going to shove me out.
Which she's going to use to land.
Yep.
Because she's also hit the targets that she wanted to hit.
Yep. So now, when you land, you also want to keep note as far as what time you go out at, because there's different amount of points based on when you go out.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, I landed my balloon at 2 o'clock. So I'm going to get 400 points for that.
And I landed my balloon at 3 o'clock, wasn't it? The turn before?
No. At noon.
At noon? So I actually will get the most points for that, 600.
Then you go by where did you drop your stuff at.
So mine was 1 off.
I hit a target. I hit another target.
Mine was 2 off.
And I hit a 3rd target.
This one was 1, 2 off. And this one got wasted. So my score for the game, as you can see, is 600 plus 500 plus 400 plus 400 plus 75.
I got 3 600s, a 400, and a 75.
I'm going to say she won without even telling you the math example because I can tell.
I got 2275.
Right, and I'm at 11, 19, 75. So she beat me by 200 points, which basically means she got her bags closer. Now it gets a little tighter and I think a little more fun, though it takes longer to play with higher player amounts. There's nothing wrong with the 2-player game. I had fun playing it at 2 players. But with a higher player amount, we had 5 people playing at my grandma's house, for instance, including my 11-year-old son, who actually really had fun with it. It takes a little longer, which brings this clock more into play, but it also means you're bumping into each other, trying to get from point to point, so it gets a little more dicey. Then there's a lot of table talk about, do you want to just bump her out of the way so I can go that way? Things like that. So it becomes a little bit more of a challenging game. Component-wise, for a prototype, this is great. Just keep an eye on it. They said somewhere late February, maybe March-ish for the campaign to start. You're going to start seeing them advertise it more on Facebook and things soon. I have really enjoyed this game, and I'm glad we got to take a look at it. What are your thoughts, dear?
It's an interesting and unique game. The storage of it back in the box is a little difficult. So what happens is you take apart the outer
These
ring.
little locking pieces.
Yeah, there's little locking pieces. And I think the very first time you put this together, it's tight. And you think, oh my God, I'm going to break it.
And yeah, it does definitely. They take a little bit of abuse when you're taking it apart. And we were the first people to get this prototype. So I'm hoping it's a little easier for the next channel. See how much easier it was to take that out.
But you leave these assembled.
Yes, do not take those apart.
Yeah, because this is definitely a little bit more effort to get these in. Because these are shipped flat when you punch them out. So you have to curve them. And then you put in these central parts. And then these bases come up, which in turn lock them in. And then there are the little notches where they all sit down.
And as we said, it's a prototype. So the way it fits together and things is bound to change in some way, shape, or form.
Could be different.
They might decide to use, I don't know, plastic pegs or something. Who knows? But I really do. I like the marble mechanic, and it's all. If you read in the instruction manual, it's all thematically tied to what actually occurred when this race would have occurred, and how they did the balloons and things. So it's very cool.
Yeah, this was a balloon race that happened in the Olympics that happened in Paris.
At least by what I read in the manual.
Yeah, and so it's based on that, where they had to fly over landmarks and then drop their little bitty bomb packages over the landmarks. They scored differently depending on where it is they landed.
Basically sandbags, yes.
Yep.
And it's a really cool game. I really like it. When it does get funded and everything, and they've got final copies, they said they'll send us one of those, and we'll wait till then to give you like a final review score. But as far as previews go, this has been a pleasure, and I cannot wait to play more of it. We will be shipping this copy off to other channels and other social media people, so you'll hear more about it soon. Thank you guys, and have a wonderful evening.